Right now at 11, dangerous roads all across metro Atlanta after snow moved through the southeast, leaving behind slick and icy conditions. This is video from Lenox Road in Buckhead, where cars and drivers are stranded tonight, still trying to make their way home. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ron Jones.
And I'm Jennifer Bellamy. Tonight, countless streets are impassable as state and local leaders urge drivers to stay off of the road, saying not to travel unless it is absolutely necessary. We have live team coverage for you tonight, tracking road conditions and temperatures still dropping as we speak. But let's get you first to 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn live tonight from Lenox Road, where we have watched drivers struggle all night long. So, Cody, what's the situation looking like right now?
Well, the main roads seem to be a lot better. They're wet, but they will start to freeze overnight. But we're on Lenox Road right now. If you're familiar with the Buckhead area, we're just down the road from Lenox Mall. So I'm going to show you what it looks like out here right now, but I can tell you most of the area is covered. This is a front shot. You see these cars here. Those cars are actually stranded on the road here on Lenox Road. They have been here most of the night once this snow started falling here. And I can tell you just in the last few minutes, we saw at least one car pull off from here who had set out here and just want to make sure she could get out of here safe. But we have seen police come by here. And this is really what we have been seeing most of the afternoon and evening. We have been actually going through the area, went over to Virginia Highlands, Morningside, and this is what the road looks like. You can see that glaze right there. That is what we are seeing on all of these neighborhood roads. We've only seen one salt truck from the city pass us. That was over in Virginia Highlands. But again, what you're running into is you might think maybe Piedmont Road, Peachtree Street, they're nice and wet right now. But as soon as you get out here on these side roads, this is what you are dealing with, is this glaze on the road. And I can tell you, you can see the cars here parked on the side of the road. Many of these cars have been abandoned here, and these folks walk to their house. And again, you'll see a car coming up right now as I turn this camera there with the flashers on. Again, we're on Lenox Road here, heading up towards the mall. And just up the street, we're not going to get there at this point, but I can tell you there is a MARTA bus actually stranded, and that is because of this icy conditions. And MARTA made the decision tonight to actually suspend those bus routes and, of course, their streetcars as well. But again, this is what we wanted people to see tonight, the roads here. This is what people are not taking extra precaution about. We have seen people sliding around us. In fact, we had almost to jump over a curb earlier tonight as a truck lost control over on the other side. Fortunately, they did not wreck, but we have seen some wrecks over on Piedmont and Monroe as well. So again, just keep your full distance from someone if you have to get out. Again, some people have to get out and go to work. But overnight tonight, it is going to get very dangerous. It already is right now. And of course, early in the morning, this is just going to be frozen over. So please give yourself some extra time. But right now, things are dicey here and south of the city.
All right, Cody, thanks a lot for the update. That really gives us a clearer picture of what's taking place outdoors. We want to bring in Georgia State Patrol Captain Crystal Zion. She's on the phone right now. So, Captain, do you know how many other crashes your agency has responded to tonight?
We do. The numbers from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock so far, we've went to 240 calls, 56 crashes, and we've assisted with 36 motorist assist across the state of Georgia. And, of course, we're still out there and been doing a lot more since 9 o'clock.
And those numbers don't include what we're seeing from local municipalities. Captain Zion, what is your message or your warning tonight for drivers who may be considering if they should try to make it out to work tomorrow or venture out for some other reason?
Well, we're asking everybody not to travel if possible, of course, but we do know that there's some that have to. And if you are going to get out there, please just make sure, slow down, take plenty of time, leave early. Make sure your gas tank is full, you have a fully charged cell phone, even an emergency kit. And don't hesitate to call 911 or STAR GSP if you need help.
Those are really good tips out there. Hopefully they heed your advice and stay off the roads if they don't need to be out there. We really appreciate you stopping by here, Captain.
Thank you.
Well, with icy roads across Metro Atlanta, more than a dozen school districts will be closed for tomorrow.
That's right. So another dozen will be remote or start at least a 2-hour delay here. And we have a running list of the school closures at the bottom of your screen. You can also find the full list online right now on our website, 11alive.com.
All right, let's get you now to our chief meteorologist, Chris Holcomb. Chris, that snow has moved out. But the worst is not, well, not the worst, but the situation's not over just yet.
It's far from over because these temperatures are going to fall even more tonight. It was really interesting what Cody was saying there, that some of the roads are wet. Now, what's happening during the evening hours is a lot of those cars were trying to navigate those roads. They were also helping to break it up a little bit. So tonight, as those roads sit with no travel on them and with temperatures falling, they are going to freeze up again. So tomorrow morning, it is going to be another situation with very slick conditions. It's been very interesting today to see that cutoff line. You, our viewers up in Cobb County, Cherokee County, Paulding County, Floyd County, are probably looking at us doing this newscast tonight saying, what? What do you mean all this ice? Well, yes, that has been generally along 85 and south and eastward where we saw most of the snow, and then that snow is now turning into all of the ice. Everything is gone now. Nothing over Atlanta right now as far as falling precipitation. The snow that was falling from the sky has moved down to the south and also to the east. But what is going to be the problem tonight, even though nothing new is coming down, whatever is on the road is going to be slick again. Take a look right now in Coweta County, where you can see here the snow is on the ground. We just saw on that camera a little while ago some bulldozers going by there just a few moments ago. But look at these temperatures, 23 degrees here in town. Everybody is below freezing. And it's more than just the air temperatures that we're concerned about. It's also the road temperatures that we have to be concerned about as well. Meteorologist Melissa Nord has been tracking those for us.
Yeah, and it's not a lot of snow, Chris, that we've been seeing today, but it's just enough with how cold the road is to create that ice skating rink outside. Here's some of the snowfall totals. At the airport today, 1.1 inches, a new daily snowfall record for us. And you add that to what we got earlier this month, snowiest season for us in quite a while. Barnesville, 1.5 inches of snow. Decatur, about 3/4 of an inch of snow. Also just over an inch of snow in Fayetteville. Monroe, 3/4 of an inch. And in Noonan, where Chris was showing you that live camera, only 3/4 of an inch, but that was enough to cause chaos on the roadways, and this is why. We've been tracking these road temperatures by the hour. These are sensors that are looking at the pavement surface temperatures from the Georgia Department of Transportation. Notice none of these numbers are up in the 30s. We're all in the 20s. This is well below freezing, so any road that's not been treated and replowed and brined and everything, or thrown some salt on it, they are an ice skating rink outside right now. Current road temperature downtown on the connector is 27. Look at Coweta County right now, 26 degrees. Bad road conditions as well out in Covington, Rockdale, and Newton counties, 28. The road temperature there right now. And Chris, with temperatures going lower tonight, those numbers will also drop as well.
And we're going to have slippery stuff in the morning too. So what we have to watch is those snow totals that we showed you just a moment ago. Yesterday we were telling you, even though the snow totals weren't going to be that impressive, the impacts would be impressive because the ground is so cold, and that's what's causing the issues. Tomorrow morning we're down to 17 degrees. The thing that's going to be in our favor tomorrow, we're going to see a lot of sunshine around. That will help to kind of work away at some of that ice, and we'll have a few hours in the afternoon with temperatures that'll be above freezing. So that will help out as well, because we hope we get rid of some of this stuff, because by Thursday morning, we're going to be back to the 20s again. Stay with us. We'll let you know when we'll see more hours above freezing coming up.
All right, Chris, Melissa, thanks a lot for the update there. By the way, we have a live look at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Winter weather impacting flights all day long. Right now, currently, there are 776 delays at Hartsfield-Jackson and 315 cancellations. So if you have to head out to the airport, make sure you get there at least 2.5 hours before your flight takes off. And even check the airline as well to make sure you're still flying tonight.
Well, from sliding cars to stranded drivers and crashes, Atlanta saw it all when major streets froze over.
That's right. So it's the price that I guess we pay for snow that falls here in the South. But tonight, there's a lot of debate on if the city did enough before the storm actually moved into Metro Atlanta. 11 Alive's Angelina Salcido live from Midtown Atlanta after speaking with Mayor Andre Dickens. And Angelina, he says priority roads and main streets were treated beforehand. However, there's some other people out there saying otherwise.
And that's because their tires just weren't sticking to the road. If there's any indication of how today went, this abandoned car here on Monroe after getting into a wreck is one of them. And if you look just down a little bit further, there's another wreck at a roundabout because of how hazardous these conditions were. Now, the mayor is asking everyone to stay off of the streets while trucks go by and salt these roads. But tonight, people are questioning and asking after this winter weather chaos if the city did enough to prevent this. Slipping, sliding.
Everyone's sliding everywhere. They can't go anywhere.
Snow apocalypse.
Piedmont Heights roads turned to sheets of ice.
Once I got onto Piedmont, I started noticing that my car started slipping a whole lot more, and I'm like, okay, let's start slowing it down.
Alexander Choi left stranded.
I'm from Miami, so I'm not used to this. My car does not have snow tires.
And he's not the only one.
I tried to go up this hill and then my car started sliding back, so I pulled over and I'm just gonna walk home.
In the midst of it all,
Get into the valve.
neighbors are helping each other, but they wonder if enough was done to prevent this.
Highways, they're very treated, but residential areas.
We did pre-treat the priority streets, the priority 1 and 2 streets, which are our main roads across the city.
We had some people reach out to us about some concerns with the roads being treated. Your message to them, if they do have that concern, or if they ended up being one of the people that got stuck or into a crash.
We are not guaranteeing that all of every single lane mile of this city will have snow treatment on it. That is not our guarantee. We're not trying to be a New York or Boston and spend those kind of resources on it where we get 1 or 2 of these events a year. We are treating roads and asking you to stay off of those roads and prepare ahead of time for inclement weather. So that's our message, and we're sticking to it.
Now, when the mayor's talking about priority roads, he's talking about roads that lead to firehouses, police stations, hospitals, and those main streets that people drive on. He says those streets are the ones that are treated first. I did ask him about the commute in the morning. Right now, he says that the priority is to keep people off of the roads. All of the city offices, state offices, schools, and everything in Fulton County is going to be closed. So he's encouraging people to stay home until he tells people to do otherwise. We're live tonight in Midtown. Angelina Salcido, 11 Alive News.
All right, Angelina, thanks a lot. And our continuing coverage of the dangerous conditions on roads across Georgia continues.
We'll be right back after this.